welcome to episode 52. That's right, this is our
1 year anniversary.
Woo! And so this film is a doozy. We picked Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. That title is way too long. From 2019. And today's sponsor is Miwa Cookie. Nom, 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 nom.
So, this is a movie about the Ted Bundy story.
Not Al Bundy.
No, Ted Bundy, the serial killer who was convicted of murder of 30. Well,
yeah,
he was only convicted in the count of 2 murders, but admitted before his death to 30 plus murders.
And they suspect more than that, yeah.
Yeah. So I had forgotten about this. I mean, I forgot all the details on this story. It was from the 80s. I mean, he was executed in 1989. So I was a young child anyway when this was happening.
Almost coming up on the anniversary date. That.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, the movie kind of portrayed him how apparently he was. He was kind of a sweet talker, good looking, and he just was able to be very convincing to those around him that he was something other than what he really was.
Like Edward Cullen. He said, everything about me draws you in.
Yeah, kind of like that, I guess, yeah.
And so, what was I going to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, he had easy targets because they were just drawn to him, attracted to him. And
one thing I really liked about the film is that how they focused on that and the trial rather than showing all the details of what he did.
Yeah, we saw very little. You see very little of what actually transpired in it. You saw a little bit in the trial time, and then at the end it showed live footage of Ted Bundy that showed a little bit.
And and a lot of the script were quoted verbatim as you heard in the recordings in the credits scene.
I thought that was a good addition to the movie that they used similar or the same phrasing as actually was used in the trial.
And I think it was a good idea to focus on him and how he conducted himself and the people around him rather than the crimes he committed themselves.
It just baffles my mind that somebody could be so convincing and without conscience and do those terrible things to somebody else. It's just...
I was reading on Wikipedia, or I think it was biography.com, that he showed little remorse even as a child.
For wrongdoings?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's somebody who's that good at that is a lifelong practice. It's not something that they just... up in one day decided they're going to act innocent. I mean, you could tell that he had spent his entire life being narcissistic, I guess, and being just convincing of a lie. Easy to convince others of what he wasn't.
And very burdensome on his girlfriend. And she held on to that guilt for a decade and just didn't want to let him go. Oh, and
well, she just wanted to know the truth. I don't know that she didn't want to let him go.
She said, release me. Well, okay, that's just a movie saying that.
She wanted to know the truth. She wanted him to finally admit to her what she kind of suspected and knew. I don't know about all along, but she's the one that turned him in.
And I think they presented that in a cool way. They were in the... I don't know what you kind of call that room where they both get on the telephone.
Yeah,
and he wrote it with his finger onto the dirty glass that was, divided the room between two.
He just answered her question. She asked how the head was removed from one of the victims.
Yeah. And he wrote hacksaw.
A hacksaw. So then she knew that he was guilty and that she didn't turn him in wrongly, that she was right to have done what she did. So,
And they cast it pretty well. Zac Efron did a really good job. And
we spotted the boy from
You spotted.
Sixth Sense. I did.
You spotted.
Spotted the boy from Sixth Sense, all grown up, and becomes the husband to the girlfriend of Ted Bundy.
And I didn't see that until she mentioned it, and then
I didn't see it until they were in the trial, and he was there comforting her while she was watching the trial. And I said, that boy is the boy from Sixth Sense. And then he's like, oh yeah.
I see it now.
I see it now.
He's got a beard and everything.
Yeah, he's all grown up. Still looks like himself. You can see the baby face still there. So she moved on from a serial killer to I see ghost guy.
Yeah. So if you like this is kind of a true crime story, I'd recommend you go see it if you like that genre of movies. I probably rated we rate a lot of things. I was gonna say 7.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of things we watch. Or about a 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say about a 7. Also, it was nice to kind of hear the review of the story and get a little bit deeper into it. Because like I said, I was a child when all of this happened, so I kind of heard the name Ted Bundy thrown around now and then, but didn't really remember the situation. I remember hearing about an execution, but didn't really understand it when I was 10 years old. So it's interesting to hear it all now as an adult, kind of get a glimpse into that.
So there you have it. Check it out. Definitely if you like this genre of film. And thanks for tuning in for our 52nd episode.
Thanks for listening for a whole year to us, and we hope that you'll hang out with us for years to come and tell your friends about us and get our subscribers numbers up. So share, spread the word.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks.